I bet half of you can't remember my name right now. But I have a lot of problems remembering names, and it's constantly you do, sir. You have trouble remembering names? You know what? I'm not going to mess with you, sir. You got the guns on display. No, sir. I have a lot of problem remembering names, though, and it's caused a lot of issues in my life. Like some people take it personal, even if though I already know what's a problem. Like my ex-wife, you know. And I mean, so what if I occasionally forgot her name? Like I said, she knew it was an issue before we got married. But the first time I ever got her name, it's when we were having sex. But I didn't call her the wrong name. I was like, you. It could have been worse, though. I could have called her her sister's name. Of course, I didn't remember her sister's name either. But me occasionally forgetting her name isn't the only reason why we got divorced. She also caught me rummaging through her purse. But I wasn't stealing from her. I wasn't even snooping. I just wanted to look at her driver's license so I could remember her name. Probably the worst part about forgetting your ex-wife's name is 20 years later when you accidentally match with her on Tinder. Yeah, which is what I did. We're not matched, and she almost immediately messages me and said, I knew you'd come crawling back to me one day. So I messaged her and said, what the hell's this? Oh no, unmatch. But I'm single. I've tried all the dating apps. I've tried Tinder. I've tried Bumble. The one I've had the most success with, Grubhub. Yeah. Seriously, don't steal my idea. But the first time I ordered Grubhub, a beautiful woman named Amber brought me the meal of my choice from the restaurant of my choice right to my doorstep. It was probably the best first date I have ever had. And sure, I had a tip of 20%, but divorce cost me 50%. And my ex-wife never let me pick the restaurant. Now, granted, the next time I ordered Grubhub, my delivery guy was a portly middle-aged guy named Carl. Not my type, but you tell me on some other dating app, I'm gonna bat 50% on it. Besides, Carl's a nice guy. Him and I might go check out a Tiger game later on this year. It's funny how your expectations kind of change as you get older. Because when I was young, I wanted to find someone who took my breath away. Someone who I fell in love with more each day. But now, I just want someone around who can call my cell phone when I can't find it. It's just me, okay. A lot of people think that love and romance is just for the young. But let me tell you what I have learned from Tinder. There are some horny-ass grandmothers out there. Oh my God, the first woman my age I hooked up with on Tinder, within 15 minutes of matching, she says to me, I want you to come over here right now and ravage me. And when she asked me to ravage her, I had no idea what she was talking about. I had to look that up on Urban Dictionary. Now, sir, in case your young lady ever wants you to ravage her, to ravage means to leave her breathless, shaking, temporarily incapacitated, and yet with a secret smile upon her face. I was willing to give it a try, and what she said next really blew my mind. But we need to make it early negative, because I got my grandbabies in the morning. I mean, what kind of person mentions ravaging and grandbabies in the same breath? Oh, freak, that's what kind of person. Oh, I am so glad I went over the river and through the woods to get to grandmother's house. Tell you what, you haven't lived until you have done it on plastic-covered furniture. Grandma and I only hooked up that one time, but we're still friends. She sent me a birthday card every year with a $5 bill in it. Now close on this. I did the one who's really into sexting, and I'm even comfortable talking dirty, and now not only am I supposed to commit it to writing, I need to figure out the proper emoji that correlates with that particular sex act. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do you up the ass, smiley face with tears emoji? Seemed about right, but I told her I didn't know what to say. She's like, just tell me whatever it is you're gonna do to me. I'm like, okay, well first I'm gonna have intercourse with you and ravage you for the next 2 to 2.5 minutes. And then when I'm done doing that, baby, I'm gonna get real freaky. And I'm gonna strap on my CPAP mask. Thank you, my name's Sean Fairbanks.
Last summer, I went to a cottage. I don't know if you guys saw that. I went to a cottage last summer. I don't go there a lot. and you're on a boat at the cottage, you have to wave at other people on other boats, even if you don't fucking know them. Why am I waving at these people? It's insane. So my wife and I were on this boat. These people come by, they wave like crazy, they wave back at us. Now a couple hours later, we're in town at the small store. We see the same people. They ignore you. I was just on the fucking lake. I waved at you like an idiot. We were friends. Nothing. Next day, same thing again. Wave like crazy, whatever. Go in town at the grocery store. Nothing. What's going on? The fucking guy runs away from me. Third day, I see the guy. I'm like, no, fuck him. I'm not fucking waving. I'm not doing anything. I'm just nothing. Anyways, he comes by. He's like, hey, what's going on? Not friendly? Not friendly? What do you mean? My God, 2 days in a row. I fucking wave to you. We're pals. I'm fucking with that fucking little hat on and a pontoon boat. Not even a boat. It's not even a boat. Not even a boat, a pontoon boat. What's going on? I can't fall over. How does that not? Guys, I don't know. Anybody here have dogs? Yeah, I got a couple dogs, okay? I like going to the dog park and stuff. I don't like the idiot dog park people. I'll tell you what I mean, you know? I don't like these people. I always run into this one woman, and she, you know what, where they want to talk to your dog, and not talk to me, and then I have to do some weird ventriloquist fucking act as if the dog's talking to them, you know what I mean? And then this woman always comes over, she's like, oh my God! I got this chocolate laugh. Oh my God, what's your name? Oh, well, this is Lily. Oh, hi, Lily. How old are you? Oh, well, she's 3. Never looks at me. Never. Oh my God, you know? Then one day I show up with my Wheaten Terrier and Lily, right? Show up both of them. She's like, oh my God, Lily, who's this? Oh, well, this is Tess. Oh my God, Tess, how old are you? Oh, well, Tess is 13. Oh my God, Lily, is this your sister? No, it's not her fucking sister. Do you not dog park? This is a fucking chocolate lab and this is a Wheaten Terrier. Are you bananas? What's wrong with you? It's nuts, you know? Then I go one time with my wife, right? We show up, we're there with the dogs over there. This woman does the same thing again, and then takes off, right? And I was like, oh my God, who's that woman? I was like, I don't know. Talk to the fucking dogs. She never looks at me. I have no idea who this person is. Nothing. Fucking insane. Guys, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about, I want to talk to you guys about my wedding proposal, okay? So I'm going to be with my wife now for 22 years, okay? That's a big deal, right? This is what I learned, okay? I've been telling this story for 4 or 5 years, and up until this year, 22 is the magic number. I get class in 22. 21, people are like, fuck you, you know what I mean? And 21, yeah, just a little tidbit. If you're getting married, you get married. Okay. Yeah, that's what you'll learn. That's not a joke, that's just an observation. Right? Yeah, I can feel you guys taking it. Anyways, guys, this is what happened, okay? Guys, this is what happened. So it took me, I've been only married for 16 years, right? So it took me 6 years to propose to my girlfriend, right, to my wife. And this was the reason, right? I wanted the wedding, like the proposal, to be this big surprise. I didn't want her to see it coming. I wanted it to be a big thing, like she wouldn't, oh my God, it's a big thing. Anyways, so I decided, we were going to go to Dominican Republic, and I thought, oh my God, I'll buy a ring, I'll propose to her on the beach in Dominican Republic. Oh my God, how romantic. She doesn't see it coming. Oh my God, what a great story. Amazing, right? Anyways, so I got the ring and everything. We're on the flight. She turns to me and she says, my best friend thinks when we get to Dominican, you're going to propose to me. And I thought, not now! Not now! And I didn't do it! I landed, took the ring, and fucking shot it away! Didn't do it! I was committed, you know what I mean? And then 4 years went by, okay? 4 years. Yeah. And in those 4 years, I learned that I'm not good with surprise marriage proposals. That's what I learned, okay? Anyways, so 6 years in now, she decides we're going to go to New York City, right? I think, oh my God, that's perfect. She plans the whole thing. I just slip in there, in the Big Apple, propose to her. Oh my God, what a great story, right? Anyways, so I buy the ring. We go to this restaurant called Cavern Green, which is partly in Central Park, okay? I don't know if you guys been in New York City, but in New York City, you got these restaurants where it's really tight, you know what I mean? Like you end up taking stuff from the table beside you, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh my God, this is your water. This is all your stuff. This is your menu. You know, there's a fucking couple there. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, you know? Anyways, and there's a couple there, and I'm just about to propose to her, and this man proposes to his girlfriend. I'm like, fuck no! I can't do it, you know? I'm thinking, oh my God, what will I do? Okay, so I go, okay, what I'll do is we'll take one of these horse and buggy rides around Central Park, right there in the horse and buggy ride. Oh, that's romantic. That's a great story, right? Anyways, so we go outside, right after the dinner, go outside, all the horse and buggies are lined up, right at the front, a guy on his knee proposing to his girlfriend! Oh, she's like, my God, it's so romantic here! You're right, great story! Anyways, then I think, what we'll do, now we'll go into Central Park itself. We'll go in there in Central Park, I'll propose to her right there in Central Park. Oh, that's a great thing. But I don't know if you guys know this, in Central Park, it's not lit up, okay? It's getting dark, it's not lit up. That's why, you know when you see like on SUVs, you'd have people get murdered and everything in Central Park. It's so dark in there, right? And it's getting dark, and I'm saying to my girlfriend, hey, let's go in here! It's gonna be fun! It's gonna be great, you know? Anyways, we do go in, and in the distance, there's this big light, okay? And I think, oh my God, that's where I gotta do it, where that big light is. We approach, and as we approach, I notice why there's a big light. They've dug this great big hole, and they put a big fence around, and basically it took me 6 years to propose to my girlfriend in Central Park at a fucking construction zone! That's right! That's what I did! Exactly! Oh my God, it was such a big surprise! She never saw it coming! She never imagined! You know what I mean? Oh my God, what a story! You know what I mean? Oh my God! Anyways, then what happened? 3 weeks later, I'm back at work, okay? I'm back at work, this woman comes in one morning, she says, oh my God, this morning I was proposed to, okay? I was like, oh my God, what was the story? What was the thing? What did he do? What was the big surprise? She says, well, what happened is I went and had a shower. When I came back, there was a ring on the nightstand. What? That's it? I fucking for 6 years, I'm killing myself, coming up with ideas. I could have just said to her, hey, guess what? Go for fucking shit. When you come back, there's a fucking ring waiting for you. That's what I could have done. I'm nuts. What's wrong with me? Crazy. Guys, I want to talk about this. I don't know if you guys have noticed this since I've been up here. This is a weird thing about me. I don't have eyebrows. Yeah, that's weird, right? Yeah, you're looking at now. Yeah, I don't have eyebrows. That's weird. Yeah, this is what's weird about it. I have pictures of me as a kid with eyebrows, and now no eyebrows. I look like a fire survivor. I've never been in a fire. What's going on with me? I went to my doctor, right? I used to have a lot of hair on my legs, and that's kind of gone. Then on my arms, kind of gone. And then this eyebrow thing. I went to my doctor and said, hey man, like, do I have some sort of weird skin thing? And he said, yep, and kept talking. That was it. I have no idea what's happening to me. It's so weird, right? And the thing is, I checked it out, right? And the thing is, you know what? As you get older, right? Like, you know, like, I knew that I would get gray hair, things would sag, get wrinkles. That all makes sense, right? But I never thought that the sagging would occur in my fucking eye socket. Because if I lift this up, oh my God, there they are. They're in there. They're in there. Yeah, that's right. They're just sinking into my fucking head. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sinking into myself. And 5 years from now, people are going to be like, hey, where's Salute? And I'll hand me my fucking, just pull out. He's in there. Boom, boom, there he is. He's in there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's happening to me. It's insane. Then I wasn't sure. You know, something like this happens to you. You're like, is this something I should be concerned about? Who knows, right? And then I paid attention to people with eyebrows, right? With privilege, right? I paid attention to them, okay? And I paid attention, and it turns out when you have eyebrows, what you do is you use your eyebrows to send a signal to other people you're having emotion. I can't do that. Okay? You know, some people say to me, hey Luke, why so loud on stage? Because it's all I got! This is it! This is all I got! I mean, this is it! The thing is, I went to my wife and I said to her, I said, hey listen, I'm pretty upset that I can't use my eyebrows to send a signal to the people that I'm upset. And she said, you don't seem upset to me. I was like, I'm upset! I'm upset! Look at me, I'm upset! It's a tough life, it's a tough life. I don't know, the guy before me was a year older than me, and I was like, holy fuck, I don't feel old at all. That guy was really old. I feel like he was, I don't know, I felt bad for him. I'm like, holy fuck, 55, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm 54 right now, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. It's like you hit a wall! It happens to all of us. It could be next year for me. I'm scared, sorry, it was on my mind. Guys, I have an 11-year-old daughter. I wanted to talk about this. So a couple of weeks ago, she had her period. Yeah, it was fucking scary. It was terrifying for me, okay? It was terrifying for her too, but so this is what happened, right? One day at lunch there, we were working from home. She goes in, she has a pee, and she never peed. She had her period instead. And she literally yelled this, I don't want to become a woman! And I was like, holy fuck, what does that mean? It's so scary! Oh my God. And then my wife ran over to her and was like consoling her, like, are you okay? I was like, what about me? I'm lying in the fetal position. Help me! Help me! I don't know what's happening. She's like, oh, heavy flow and what happened? I was like, Jesus, what? Like I said, listen, I knew she would have her period. I understand that happened, but I thought she would be 30, like out of the house. You know what I mean? I thought it would be well clear of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when these things happen, right? I was like, Jesus Christ. The thing is, this is what happens, right? When you're a woman, when you're a girl, right? It's obvious, right? That's what came clear in my mind at that moment. There's a moment in every girl's, like, woman's life, right? Where you move from one thing to another thing, right? Like everything changes for you, right? Everything changes. And the thing is, like, for a guy, that doesn't happen. Like, that's the thing. That's why we don't mature the same way. Because in that moment, she matured. She had all this other responsibility. A guy doesn't have that at fucking 11. You know what I mean? When does that happen? The answer is never, you know? What? Oh my God, it's completely the opposite. You know what I mean? When a guy jerks off after that, he becomes less mature, not more. Less mature. Everything is fuzzy after the fucking first time. You're like, oh my God, I need fucking more of that. I fucking need more of that. Can somebody help me do that? Oh, that's fucking good, you know what I mean? Like, you never think straight again, you know? The women like, oh my God, can't you concert? No, I can't fucking concentrate. I fucking want to do that again. I can do it all the time. Guys. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave on this. I want to talk about this. I don't know if you guys ever do this mistake. I do this a lot, okay? I get the unknown callback. I don't know if you get that. You know, I'll dial a friend's number, and at the end, I'll misdial like the wrong number, and I'll press send or whatever, right? And then I realize, oh my God, and I hang up, right? Straight away. Oh my God, it's the third number. I hung up, right? Then an hour later, this guy calls me, right? Hey, why'd you call me? I was like, I didn't call you. He's like, well, you called me. I got your number right here on my phone. You called me. I was like, oh, well, I must have made a mistake. Well, why'd you make the mistake? Why'd you make that mistake? I was like, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, you know. Anyway, so he says, well, don't call here again. I was like, well, I won't. You seem like a big fucking jerk, you know what I mean? I'm okay. So I won't call you at all. Thank you. I'm good. So anyways, then an hour later, I called him back. Hey, why'd you call me? How come you called me? You called me an hour ago, you fucking asshole. Why'd you call me? Anyways, guys, it's all my time. I'm Luke Glendale. Back in there.
I recently graduated college, Grand Valley represent. I'm glad I graduated college. I don't actually give a fuck about Grand Valley specifically. They always call the students, we're called Lakers, and they had this phrase they said called Laker for a lifetime. Not me. I was a Laker for exactly 8 semesters, and I got my half black ass out of there. So now instead of having 6.5 black people, they have 6. Unfortunate for them. It always felt a little bit awkward there. I remember being in a class and the professor asked everyone if they had an annual holiday at their high school called Ride Your Tractor to School Day. And all of them raised their hands. And I was like, what the fuck is that? My high school, we had a ride in a police car to school day. That was usually more than once a year. I was an English major with a minor in writing, but I don't like to tell people that. Usually when people ask, I say that I was a shitty pedophile jokes major with a minor in my basement. That tends to be more respected, actually, than the former. I never really liked school. Wasn't a huge fan. I remember in grade school even, it felt like they were like, hey kid, your parents have to go to work to like make society function, so if we left you alone, you'd probably drink bleach like a dumb fuck, so go to this building and then they'll teach you about how Columbus discovered America, but not really because there were Indians there, but they're not really Indians, and the Indians are over there, but they're Native Americans, but we call them Indians. It's just not very fun. I never really liked history classes. I noticed pretty quickly that a lot of the time, the teachers, they'll tell you who invented stuff, and whenever a white guy invented something, you know their name, but when a black guy did, you just know that they're black. Like light bulb, Thomas Edison, telephone, Alexander Graham Bell, traffic light, black citizen 4,782 of the Pennsylvania district. I remember one day our 3rd grade teacher came in and she looked at me, and I was the only black kid in class, so she wanted to make me feel welcome. So she was like, okay guys, today we're going to talk about a really cool man who invented a really cool thing. And she remembered the name this time, but she got the invention wrong. She was like, his name was George Washington Carver, and he invented the peanut. I think God invented the peanut. I don't know if you can invent the peanut. And there was one kid in the back of the class who was like, Miss, I'm allergic to peanuts. And she said, shut up, you fucking racist. Next thing you know, you'll be allergic to traffic lights. Just kidding, only Princess Diana is allergic to traffic lights. I'm sorry. Sometimes people react to that like it's a 9/11 joke, but like she's over in Wales, like we don't give a fuck about that, we're America. Anyway. Well, she's not in Wales anymore, so. Anyway. I didn't get laid too much in college. When you're a black guy majoring in English, it's not exactly your thing. I had a friend who had similar problems. He came to me complaining one day. He was like, "Man, I was about to sleep with this girl I really like, but then my depression medication made my erection disappear." And I tried to make him feel better. I told him about the time I was about to sleep with the girl I like, and then my schizophrenia medication made her disappear. Which I think is worse on this scale. Remember when I was a really young kid, I got sent to autistic preschool, which was really fun. I was like 2 years old, I wasn't talking to anyone, I liked playing with blocks, and I really liked Sonic the Hedgehog. So my doctor was like, "Yeah, take him to the funny school." And I got sent there, and we were all sitting in class one day, and we were singing this song called Willaby Wallaby Woo. It goes, "Willaby Wallaby Woo, an elephant sat on you." Very catchy. They never got a record deal, not exactly the Baby Shark of their time, but pretty good song. And the song changes depending on who you're singing it to. So my name is Marcus, so my version of the song would be "Willaby Wallaby Workus, an elephant sat on Marcus." Very cute. So we went around singing this to every kid in class, and we got to this kid named Jeffrey. So we all sang "Willaby Wallaby Weffrey, an elephant sat on Jeffrey," and then Jeffrey just screamed "Fuck!" like as loud as possible. Like everyone in the building could hear it. And the teacher was like, "Jeffrey, where did you learn that word?" But I don't think he learned it anywhere. I think it just instinctively came out of his mouth as his bones were crushed by a 2,000-pound creature. I don't know what the teacher was thinking. Holy fuck, I can't talk. I don't know what the teacher was thinking, singing a song about extreme crush porn to a group of easily upset autistic children. Anyway, Jeffrey was upset, and he raised his hand, and he said he had to go to the bathroom. And he walked over to the bathroom, he stopped at the door, and he pulled his pants down and took a shit on the floor. And this is something these kids did often, but I think he did it as an act of revenge. And no one knew what to do, everyone froze, the teachers froze, the students froze. Barney was in the corner, for some reason he froze. And no one knew how to address the situation. You could say that his pile of shit was the new elephant in the room. Our teacher never sang that song again. I don't know why Barney was there. That's completely honest. He would sometimes just come like once a week and start singing, his lovely song, "I love you, you love me, trauma haunts us endlessly," or something like that. And one day I remember Jeffrey just ran up to Barney and kicked him in the balls. And Barney fell over and was like writhing in pain. And keep in mind, Barney's suit goes down to like right here, so his balls must be huge to actually get hit by that. Which would make sense, because if you're Barney, you're probably not training them very often. I'd love to see Barney on a date, "I love you, please come back, someone let me drain my sack." I don't know if you guys know this, but Barney actually got canceled. In like 2001 or something, there were a bunch of kids that were uploading sketches of them like beating up Barney, so he got taken off the air, which is kind of pathetic because, the rest of the dinosaurs were wiped out by a 15-kilometer fiery rock of doom. Then their great-grandson gets wiped out by the public broadcasting service. It's not a very good legacy. I remember I had to, I was born with a vision disability called nystagmus. It causes my eyes to wiggle back and forth. And I see about half as well as normal people, but the important part is the wiggling, because when I was a kid, I had to go to a weekly support group for this condition called Wobbly Wednesday, which I thought was a pretty offensive use of alliteration, Like, imagine creating a support group for dementia patients and calling it Forgetful Friday. Like, that's fucked up. Or like Parkinson's patients have Trembling Tuesday. Like white people with skin cancer just have Sunday, just kind of rubs me the wrong way. Anyway, I recently got my driver's license, so watch out on your way out, I might kill someone. I remember I was looking for cars, I was paying more commercials, they kind of lie to you a little bit, or they at least embellish the truth, you know. They always say like, oh, this car can drive on any terrain, which is, you know, it's true until you take it into water. They always give you so much useless information too, like the top speed of this car is 206 miles per hour, okay? Can't wait to use that in traffic on my way to work in the morning. 0 to 60 in 2 seconds? Wow, well I'll show you 20 to life in 5. I had to go to this thing when I was a kid. It was called Visually Impaired Sports Day, right after Wobbly Wednesdays. And it was this thing where a bunch of kids who were either completely blind or me who just kind of suck at seeing a little bit would go and play sports. And there was a section that was specifically just for the blind kids. And I heard they had some pretty cool games, so I wanted to go there, but I had to fake being completely blind. Now, luckily, I had already brought my dog to the event, so all I had to do was take the seeing eye dog vest off of a blind kid's dog and put it on my dog. Not like the kid saw that it happened. And it's not like the dog stopped working, he's just not in uniform anymore. Because service dogs are fucking stupid. They work 24/7 for nothing except just basic kibble that looks like rabbit shit. Like, yes, women get sexually harassed in the workplace, yes, but service dogs have to sleep with their boss every night. Like, that's fucked up. It's super fucked up. Even after retirement. Anyway, I put the vest on my dog, and he tried immediately to pull me into oncoming traffic, because there was a squirrel. And I couldn't just let it, because I didn't want to die, but I couldn't pull him away, because then I somehow know where to go, but I'm blind. So I just kind of walked into the street, and then he almost got hit, and then I yanked him back, and I don't know. Anyway, someone on the other side of the thing saw it, and it was actually the guy running the blind section. So I started walking over to him, and I was scared that he knew that I wasn't blind, so for some reason I decided to just close my eyes, like that means you're blind. And while I was there, you know, my professional seeing eye service dog was humping women on the way over there. And I got over there, and he was like, "Hey kid, you know, welcome to the blind section. We have this little box. You get a prize if you're blind. Why don't you go ahead and take one?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I took out the kaleidoscope, and then I got kicked out of the event. All he needed was some proof. But anyway, I didn't write down my set. I was thinking of shit. I remember in school, I wanted to start a frat. There was already a fraternity at my school called Iota Kappa. I wanted to start a black chapter called Iota Kappa Nigga. It's okay, you can laugh at that if you're white. The fuck, I heard a beep. Anyway. Alright, last one. I recently did a girlfriend. I'm 22. It was my first one. It took a while because I'm a black English major, but anyway. We started dating, and we were in the bedroom. She was sucking my dick as you do, and she told me that my cum tasted like Elmer's glue. And I said, well, I wish it worked like Elmer's glue so I could keep your mouth shut. And I guess I'll end on that. Thank you.